My name is Grecia, and I have a concert problem. So I went to my first concert on October 2nd, 2021, and it was to 21 Pilots, of course. Who else would it have been? After 5 years of being a really big fan, dressing up as Tyler Joseph, and running a Musical.ly account, finally got to see them, and after that night, I became addicted to concerts, and basically, my life has no meaning if I don't have concert tickets waiting for me in my pocket. And because I go to a good amount, I thought it would be fun if I made a little tier list with you guys of the concerts that I went to in 2023, and just did story times about them. So this is gonna be a pretty long video because I'm really passionate about the music that means a lot to me, and about concerts, about live music. So this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna show you the tier list and then we're gonna get started. So the bottom tier, this money could have gone to my college tuition. I would have much rather used my money on college than on this concert. Maybe I should have stayed home, which is like, it wasn't terrible, but would I have enjoyed my time better in my house? Yeah, I would have. The middle tier is like, it was good. Above that, we have 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you come up to me and you're like, hey Gracia, should I go see this person live? I'll be like, yes, and I would probably see them again. The top tier would sell my soul to relive again. Now these are for the concerts that changed me emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, like just altered my way of life. You know what I mean? Like if it weren't for these shows, I don't know who I would be as a person. So let's get into it. I lied to you guys. The first show that we're going to be ranking is actually a show from December of 2022. It's basically 2023 at that point, so I'm just gonna put it on this tier list, and it's my video, so I can do what I want. Mom! I went to go see the Happy Fits. I went with my boyfriend and my friend Bryant, which are recurring characters. Bryant, he has the same music taste as me, and my boyfriend is my boyfriend. This show took place on a Thursday night, and the problem was that my last class ended that semester at like 4:15. Basically, I would get home pretty late. The doors opened at 7. If you want to be in the front, you have to be there at 6. So we wanted to be there an hour and a half before doors open, and the only way I was able to do that is if I left my class early. I was there for 5 minutes. My brother was able to pick me up on his way home from work. My friend Katie and Eber also came with us. But I got home, I changed, and I was like, hey guys, I'm ready. First of all, we waited forever to get home because he wasn't home when I got home, even though I told him you have to be here at this time. But then Bryant, I don't know what had happened. I think he was supposed to get to my boyfriend's house, but then couldn't get a ride there, so I don't know. The thing is that we ended up getting to the venue at 6:20 when the original plan was to get there at 5:30. There was a good amount of people already there. I was freezing, and I am one that refuses to take jackets to concerts. When you're inside, everyone around you is hot and sweaty, so you'll get hot and sweaty, so like, you just don't need a jacket, and that's gonna be important for later. The time came, we went inside. We're gonna talk about their openers before we talk about the Happy Fit. So their first opener was Daisy the Great. I heard of them because of that one song that went viral on TikTok where it's like, I got a record player that had 2016 with hair blue and then it's great. They seem so nice, but I don't like their music. There's just something about people that sing like, I don't know what that's called. There's probably a term for that. That drives me insane. You know, does that make sense? Like, I can't take it. I just don't like their music. I feel so bad. They're not gonna watch this. They seem like good, like nice girls. The guitarist, she had a little heart on her cheek, and I thought it was adorable. I'll put them in. Maybe I should have stayed home. If we would have been even more late and missed them, I wouldn't have cared. I'm sorry. I made up these rules and I feel really mean about it. Next we have Phone Boy. I was so happy that they were opening for the Happy Fits because I do like their music. When I went to check them out, I had, I think, 2 of their songs liked, which is Hey Kid and Keeps Me Coming. What song is that? All the time. What song is that? Never mind. In the videos, you can see like the people around me were kind of like this, but I was like, yeah. The main singer, he has such a good stage presence. Like he did like a little guitar shred. He was like, and it was really fun. I like those guys, so I'll put them at 10 out of 10 would recommend. Remember how I said I don't like bringing big jackets to shows? My boyfriend took a huge jacket. Man is sweating so hard, and he was wearing a long sleeve too, that he felt he was going to pass out. So like 5 minutes before the Happy Fits came out, he had to get out of the crowd. And this was his first concert too. I was like, I told you don't bring a big jacket, pero no. they don't listen. They don't listen. Now it was time for the Happy Fits. This is my third time seeing them, and this by far was the best show. And so they had a lot more production. They had these lights that were like this, and they were circles. The light production was so cool. So it started, and he was like, "Boy, I got this funny feeling. I'm spinning around and around in my head, and I'm gonna believe it." My view was okay. Like, I was able to see them at certain angles. If the two people in front of me did not move too much, I had a clear view of Ross. And then if the person next to me was moving too much, then I had a clear view of Calvin, the cello guy who bounces around with a giant cello, which I don't know how he does it. At the end, they were like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna go." I was like, "Bye, guys. Whoa, whoa." They say, "Oh my God, is that Kermit?" Points to me. Everyone in front of me turns around and looks at me, and I'm like, and then Calvin, the cello guy, he's like, "Throw it." And I just froze. And then he said it again, like Calvin was like, "Throw it, throw it." And then my friend Brian, he was like, "Throw Kermit." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it was a good distance." And I threw him, and I was like, "What is my life right now?" And they put him on the drums. He fell over because the drums were so intense, but it was really fun. It was awesome. I was so in shock. And yeah, that was a show. Up until the Kermit part, it was just a regular show. So I'm gonna leave it at 10 out of 10 would recommend. Next, in January of 2023, I went to go see Pitbull because my friend had extra tickets, and she was like, "Hey girl, do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yes, Pitbull!" The openers were Gail and Sweetie. All I knew about Gail is that she made that song that goes like, A, B, C, D, E, F, U. Poor girl. No one around me cared for her, and I felt so bad. If you're the opener, you already know people don't care about you. You know people aren't there for you. But just like seeing people talk while you're trying to sing, I don't know, I would burst into tears. So people just kept saying like, "When is she gonna play the TikTok song? Is it the TikTok song?" She did try to hype up the people up a little bit, but her performance was just overall, it was okay. Like, I wouldn't see her again. This girl can sing, but I feel like she was just, her enunciation of her words were just, it felt like she was singing in cursive is the best way that I could describe it. She did play A, B, C, D, E, F, U for anyone wondering, and the crowd went wild for the chorus. So I'll put her next to Daisy the Great. Next we have Sweetie, and even though I am not a fan of her and don't listen to her music, I was so hyped during her show because her stage presence is so awesome, and maybe it's because she had background dancers too, but it was just a really entertaining show. She knew how to hype up a crowd, you know? She went into the crowd, took pictures with people. It just felt like we were in a club during her set. So I'm gonna put her, 10 out of 10 would recommend the man himself, the world himself, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305. Had to sit down for this one. Like, this was the 8th concert that I have gone to, and other than my 21 Pilots concert, because that one is just, you can't compare that one to anything, it was genuinely the most fun I had ever had at a show. I was just surrounded by a bunch of college kids and my friend. Everyone was just there to vibe and have fun. Like, there was no like Debbie Downers, like, you know, like no parents or anything like that. So what made me laugh though is that Pitbull's songs are just, if you read the lyrics, a lot of them do not make sense and are just so stupid. It would be like so quiet during the verse, and then when the chorus came out, like everyone went crazy. He gave a little speech and he was like, "So, who's here to party? Is that a party?" He played his most popular songs, so I knew every single song, and it was just so much fun. Towards the end, people started leaving, and so I was able to see Pitbull himself. I was like, wow, he's so bald. Also, he said the thing, "This is for everybody going through tough times. Believe me, been there, done that. Every day above ground is a great day. Remember that." Overall, great experience. Pitbull knows how to dance. He knows how to put on a show. He knows how to hype up a crowd. I think Pitbull is going to be our first person and would sell my soul to relive again.
There's no losing, only learning. There's no failure, only opportunities. And there's no problems, only solutions.
Pitbull is a pretty mainstream artist, so now let's go back to our indie roots. In March, I went to go see Jawny, and for this show, I went with my boyfriend and my friend Bryant, and we learned from our mistakes about being late. So we were actually there an hour and a half before doors opened. We ended up being second row. Something cool, he had the car from his Adios music video, and so I got to take pictures with it, and Kermit got to take pictures with it. So the first opener was Devin again. She was really cool. Her music is really good. I don't remember the majority of the show other than the other two people on stage. They were eating goldfish out of a toilet. My boyfriend thought it was hilarious. He wouldn't stop laughing. So I'll put her in I. The second opener, her name is Wallace, and Brian is a huge Wallace fan. She was really good. I started listening to her music after I kind of stopped, but there is one song by her that I absolutely adore. Quarter Life. I don't think she played it live. She did play her song 23 live, which is a song that I do like, but I liked her. She was fun. The fact that I started listening to her after means she was able to convince me from her performance that I like her music, and now I like one of her songs a lot, so I'll put her in I. We saw her after the show when we were in line to get merch, and I was too scared to go up to her, and so was Bryant. Wallace, if you're watching this, my friend Bryant, he likes her music and was too scared to say hi, so yeah. Why would Wallace be watching this though? Now, main act, my man Jawny did us dirty. He dropped his album the day the tour started. I had 2 days to learn the album if I wanted to sing with him live. That was kind of rude, Jawny. Johnster. He started off the show with Mr. Brightside by The Killers. The lights were off and the curtain was closed, so it was an experience. It was kind of funny. He did do a cover of Taylor Swift. I can't remember what song it was. He's a Taylor Swiftie, if anyone wanted to know. When I go to shows with my boyfriend, I don't expect him to know the people at all because we have very different music tastes. Like, my favorite artist is 21 Pilots, his is Draco, but I feel like my boyfriend likes Jawny more than me. In the videos, you can hear this man yelling the lyrics. I'm a little closer, sneaking to the sofa, she don't want my Overall, the concert was really fun. There was like good lighting design. One thing about Jawny though is that it looks like man is about to make out with the microphone. The microphone he used has a really big thing on top of it, right? And so the way he plays the guitar, it looks like man is like going at it with the microphone. Not gonna lie, his guitarist on the side, I had more fun watching. Oh my god, this is so mean. His guitarist on the side, I had more fun watching him than I did watching Jawny because he was going crazy. Like, he was doing like hair flips. Like, he had such a good stage presence. I feel bad, but I think I'm gonna put him in I don't regret going, but I do wish Jawny would have done more. For the majority of the show, he was kind of just standing there making out with the microphone. Like, danced a little. I don't know. Maybe Calvin from the Happy Hits has my expectations too high because man jumps around with a 4-foot tall cello. Like, that is crazy. I really hope I didn't disconnect it. I would like to see him again. Sorry, Jawny. I love you, Jawny. Next show. Mickey Darling. This one I went with my boyfriend again and Bryant. You already know, we're the concert trio. This was my second time at this venue. The first time I went with my friend Rachel to see the Happy Fits. The second time. And when we were waiting outside, people just kept running. And I was like, why are people running? And it's because it's a rich area. Y'all run for fun? When you're standing outside of a venue, you have nothing better to do. We played a game on how many people running we would see. My boyfriend thought I was joking on the amount of people that I saw running when I was there with my friend Rachel. I said 23 people, Brian said 21, and my boyfriend said 15. 24 people ended up running in those 40 minutes, so I won. Yes! Even though we were there pretty early, there was some people in front of us. So when we got inside the venue, we were like technically the first row, but on the side of the stage, which was awesome for me. Let's get into the opener. So first we had Garbage Barbie. They were good. Don't remember the majority of their set. The only thing I remember is that there was a guy with a saxophone standing right next to me because the stage is relatively small. I was like, if this man trips, he's going to fall on top of me. The edge of the stage was right here. My hand was right here. His feet were right here. You know, like I could have touched his shoes if I wanted to, you know? So maybe I should have stayed home. Yeah. Also, I do remember, it wasn't their fault, probably, but the speakers did that sound, like a really loud sound that if I didn't have my earplugs in, would have hurt my head. Second opener, Mikey. I didn't know that I knew his songs, if that makes sense. A lot of the times on like my daily mixes, they'll put random songs that I'd never heard before, and I'll be like, oh my god, this is kind of fire. I'll like it, move on with my life, and then because I like it, they'll just continuously add the song. I didn't know that I had been listening to one of his songs since 2021, 2022 wasn't something I said, and I love that song. I'm like, guys, y'all don't know what that song means to me, okay? I listened to that song before I started dating my boyfriend, and I hated it because it reminded me of, it was just kind of embarrassing, but like, you know, like when you're in the flirting stage and you don't know if they like you back, and so it's fun to flirt, but then really sad because it's like, oh my god, what if they don't like me back? I would listen to that song during that part of my life, and so it would make me sad. I hated that song. But then once I started dating my boyfriend, I loved the song because it's like, oh my god, it's so cute. It's so cute. Anyway, and so he came out on stage. First of all, his guitar, awesome. He has it painted. Mikey's a funny guy. He was cracking jokes left and right. Like if he's not doing stand-up on the side, he should. There was one song that he played that I didn't know that I knew. And once he started singing it, I was like, oh my god, I know that song! I did have Kermit for that show, and so I recorded like Kermit swaying to the song because I thought it was cute. And yeah, he played, well, that's something I said, and I was like, yes, finally. I love Mikey. From that show, he turned me into a fan, so good job. He did what he was supposed to do. That's what openers are there for, to try to convert you to their religion. 10 out of 10, would recommend. I bought his merch. I'm a certified Mikey fan. I want to see him live again. Mikey, if you're watching this, go on tour or do another show. He did a show, but I couldn't go because it was on a school night. Moving on to the main act. Mickey Darling. I'm gonna put them at the bottom tier. Hated the show. Hate those guys. Just kidding. Kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke. Oh, I forgot to change my shirt. Aw. Confession time. I wasn't that big of a Mickey Darling fan before I went to go see them. Because I didn't know a lot of their lore as a band, I didn't expect them to be so interactive with the audience. Like, they were the most interactive band that I have ever seen still to this day. They came out, started hugging people, giving people high fives, holding people's hands, like Austin gave me a high five. The crowd was insane. Like, they were so fun. I don't know if Mickey puts drugs in their songs, but like, everyone was just so fun. Everyone was jumping around. Everyone was screaming the lyrics. There's this part specifically. A disco ball dropped. Skylar ended up going into the crowd. They made a lot of eye contact with people. If you gave them their phone, they would take it. Because I saw how interactive they were, I asked Skylar, I was like, hey, you want to dance with Kermit? He danced with Kermit. It was so fun. And like I said, you know, I didn't really know that many of their songs. And because they're so interactive with the crowd, Austin, the guy with the guitar, came up to me during the song that I had no idea what the lyrics were. Started singing the lyrics to me. I did not know the words because I was just a casual listener, guys. I didn't know the verses, right? And I just laughed in his face because I was like, I don't know the words, man. Like, I'm just gonna start saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G. At the end of the concert, Skylar gave out this really awesome speech that really resonated with me. But yeah, it was overall an awesome show. After they went out to meet people, but they came out an hour after the show, an hour and a half, I think, after the show ended. So right when Mia Bryant and my boyfriend got out of line because we had to leave, they came out to say hi to people, so we just couldn't wait. I'm gonna put them in, and this is hard. It was fun, but was it like as good as Pitbull though? I'm gonna leave them in 10 out of 10 would recommend, just because we waited an hour and a half and they didn't come out. Before I move on, I do have to mention, I did meet them. I met them in December. I made a TikTok with them and it blew up. I was like, that's crazy. I edited a YouTube video for Austin from the band, so if you want to see that after this video, go watch it. I'll put in the description. It's for his side project Nico Days, and if you go watch it, say I sent you there. I'll probably be editing some more stuff for him, so hopefully I would like to. That was in June. The next show that I went to was Lollapalooza in August. I made 2 vlogs on it. In one of them, where it was solely about the festival, I went into detail about every single person that I saw. So I'm gonna speedrun putting them on the list. If you want to hear my deep thoughts on it, you could go watch the video after this. Sincere Engineer, they were bandmates. I'm gonna put them in also. These guys, put them in 10 out of 10 would recommend. Next is Peach Pit, and I said this in the vlog, but I'm gonna reiterate it. They themselves were good, but the crowd was not it. Unfortunately, I am gonna put them at the bottom tier. I'm in the middle of their set and went to Biba Doobie. I originally was not gonna see her, and it was awesome. I ended up becoming a fan of her after the show because of how good she was, so I'm gonna put her in 10 out of 10 would recommend. The 502, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like, their music was ooh. Now, Declan McKenna would sell my soul to relive again. Next is Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna put him up here. 1975. I'm gonna put them in 10 out of 10 would recommend. Sunday Lollapalooza first with Sarah Kinsley. She was good. Now it's Happy Fits the second time. Put at 10 out of 10 would recommend. I looked at my videos and I looked so happy. Boogie with a hoodie, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Backseat Lovers, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And that's it for Lollapalooza. Again, if you want like more details on every person, you could go watch the vlogs. Next, we're gonna talk about the one, the only, Coldplay. I went with my cousin Dailene, my boyfriend, and my friend Rachel. The openers for Coldplay were 070 Shake. I said her name wrong, so we're gonna move past that. And her. But we got there in the middle of her, so we didn't get to see the first person. She was singing a song about making it rain, and it was raining that day. So much so that my white pants are now stained from the bottom because I didn't wash them until like 2 weeks after the show. It was like, make it rain, make it rain. Because we were like walking towards these people behind us. They were like, girl, stop. We don't want it to rain. Just, you're manifesting it, stop. It was just really funny. We heard like 2 more songs before she got off. Girl was good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now, Coldplay. I don't even know where to start. If you take anything from this video, see Coldplay live. Sky full of stars. They do bracelets, right? So it matches with the music. And when they started, the bracelets went bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. They started with Higher Power, by the way. Fire Race came on the first song. Then they jumped into the banger of Adventure of a Lifetime. Oh my god. They have like beach balls that the crowd throws. And I was next to my cousin and an older guy. He let us touch them before he did. And it was just so nice. And I was just like, oh my god, I was so happy. They play Paradise.
For this could be a paradise could be para.
But then they played The Scientist. Oh, nobody said it was easy.
It's such a shame for us to part.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop going into detail about every song because I could make a whole video on the Coldplay one. Moral of the story, would sell my soul to relive again. I have never actually sobbed at a show. I sobbed at Coldplay during their last song during Fix You.
Tears stream down your face and
We're gonna go through this last one really quickly. As you can see, there's still a bunch more, but they're all from the same night. My boyfriend and I went to K-Rock Acoustic Christmas. First, we have the Beaches. Our seats were really good. Never heard of them before, but they are in like my realm of music. And I would definitely listen to them, so I'm gonna put them in 10 out of 10 would recommend. They have this song called Something Brett, because I guess it's about her ex-boyfriend. So my boyfriend and I just started saying, yeah, like we don't like you, Brett. It was fun. After the Beaches, we have Bakar. I knew that I knew his song Hell and Back because that's like a really popular song. It was like, oh, it's because I put it on my Spotify playlist video last year. But it turns out I knew 3 of his songs, so he was really good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. The lighting for the show, whoever the lighting crew was, carried him. He kind of just stood there in the same spot, but whoever did the lighting carried him. Like, it was so entertaining. Next is Lovejoy. I have been dying to hear One Day live. For the past couple of years, there's so many like clips dancing to the song and saying that I want to hear it live. I love Wilbur. The people around me were like older people, and you'll see why in a little bit. So I was scared to like stand up. So for half of their set, I was sitting, just dropping in my chair like this. I was really happy. There's also this song, which I was so proud of the audience. It's 3:45 a.m. The audience is supposed to yell a.m. and it was so loud. During one of the songs, he was like, everyone get up and dance right now. This is a dancing song. And then that's when I got up and I stood up for the remaining 3 songs. I didn't record it because I was just like in the moment, but this is what the song sounds like for reference. All this, all the righteous. Overall, really fun. I was so happy. Oh, so happy. Because there's a song that goes like, oh, so happy. Oh, so happy. Oh, so happy. I'm gonna put them at 10 out of 10 would recommend. Next, it was Cannons. I was so tired that I don't remember. My boyfriend loved them. He actually added one of their songs to the playlist, which is crazy because their music is more my vibe. I'm gonna put them in I. Next is Bleachers. Love them so much. I've been meaning to get into their music for so long, but I can't force myself to listen to music, so it has to happen gradually. I was having a blast. The way I describe their music is it feels like the end of a coming of age movie. Like, then they played Stop Making This Hurt. Oh my god, that was so good live. And it was so funny because in the real song, I think, because it goes like, dun 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 dun. I think it does that 3 times in the song. In real life, they did it like 10 times, and every single time they just kept adding more and more. So like they remixed their song a little bit. It was really cool. And they played another song that I knew, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know I knew this song. So I really want to get into the music, and even if I don't get into the music, I want to see them live again. I love Bleachers. There's someone recommend. Here we have Portugal the Man. They're the band that sings I'm a rebel just for kicks now. 1986 now. It's called Feel It Still. Really happy to hear it live. They were good, but I'm not really a fan of them. Put them in I think this is 311. I'll put them in I. Don't remember the show. This is Garbage, and the thing about it, I would have put them in I, but I'm gonna put Garbage in 10 out of 10 would recommend because in the middle of the show, the lead singer, she stopped the show. I don't remember exactly what she said. She started yelling at the people in the audience. I got scared because she started cussing, and I was like, whoa, whoa. And so I got caught off guard. And basically these 2 girls in the front were fighting, and she got mad at them. She was like, y'all are not gonna fight in my show. There's enough hate in the world. Why are we fighting in a place where we're supposed to be having fun? No, we're not doing that here. And she stood her ground, getting mad at security too. She was like, where's the security? Why aren't you guys here? If I don't get to play my entire set, it's gonna be because of you guys, and y'all taking away time from my show. And I was like, go off, queen. Like, I don't know who you are, but I love you. And last but not least, The Offspring. I don't know who they were. Sorry. They were good though. We only listened to 2 songs because we wanted to get out of there before everyone else did. The one song that I did hear though, it was really good. I don't have really much to say about these last week because I'm trying to finish this video because I've been talking for 3 hours and my mom's gonna get up for work, so I'll put them here. So this is the final order, and I organized them in their specific things as well. I'm gonna be going backwards. At the bottom, and this could have gone to my college tuition, we have Peach Pit because I did not have a good time there. Maybe I should have stayed home. Gale, Days of the Great, Garbage Barbie, Then and Ite, 311 Sarah Kinsley, Bandmaid, Portugal the Man, Sincere Engineer, Cannon, 7 Again, Wallace, and Jawny, and 10 would recommend. This one was hard, these guys. The 502s, Beaches, The Offspring, Garbage, A Boogie with a Hoodie, Kendrick Lamar, Her, Bakar, 1975, The Backseat Lovers, Sweetie, Bleachers, Phone Boy, Mikey, Booba Happy Fits, Lovejoy, Mickey Darling. Last year would sell my soul to relive again. Happy Fits, Lollapalooza, Declan McKenna, Pitbull, Coldplay. So overall, Coldplay was the best concert that I went to in 2023. Thank you and good night. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want more videos where I just yap about stuff. My throat is really dry. My cheeks hurt from how much I've been smiling. I love you guys very much. See you guys soon. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, see y'all. Bye. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.